Hi friends and family, welcome to You Plug. Welcome to the plug that keeps you plugged in. We are always excited to be bringing you quality content. Big and it's always exciting. This is Friday 7 p.m. only on your channel of choice. Without any further ado, I am Mac. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. I'm the child of the Most High God, blessed and highly favored, a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a nation belonging to God, to declare the praises of Him who has called me out of singleness into the beautiful world of marriage.
Oh, hey, man. Is it where I come in or this world of marriage?
No, you can come in.
Oh, yeah. Hi, friends and family. Welcome to You Plug. As Meg has already said, welcome to your favorite channel. Welcome to your channel of choice, and we're always excited to be chilling with you and to be sharing content with you as far as relationships are concerned. We continue to challenge existing relationship narratives and negotiate alternatives. And if you are here for the first time, you happen not to know who this guy is, Nagu Opa Agara Malagana, Gimnar Noms with Ogadafas, Wash Adrogatagas, Gingidan Gamazul Gamma Turusa, Gigoblatur, Moramutul Commandani, Budakabu, Utarabu too. And yes, friends, as you already saw that Mac is already in love. This is not the anniversary session, Mac. Just to warn
I thought it was after yours.
No. Yours has passed. And yes, friends, we do have a special guest today. We had some interesting conversations with Mac and Max earlier on. Sometime last year as we were talking about their anniversary, not their anniversary, but the marriage and stuff.
It was probably early this year.
It was probably early this year. Oh, time flies, man.
Yeah.
It's probably sometime.
Was it? Okay.
I guess our first anniversary was in February.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we spoke
on that.
on that anniversary.
Yes.
Oh, on the anniversary.
He's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Was that the second interview? The first one, I remember having like a session in
That was
after you got
That
married.
was the year we got married. So
Yeah.
That was last year.
Yeah, when you got married, and then we had those.
Yes.
Yeah, and
So there's a lot of content for you guys.
Yeah,
Just
so
go
please.
on to content galore.
Yeah, I mean we are on season 2 now. I mean that time we were on season 1, and we have about 100 plus episodes on season 1. So if you want to check it out. And today we do have a guest, and I want to Mac, please introduce our guest.
Hi friends and family, this is my wife,
Yes.
my rib, my yonkinto. I don't know. This is my. I don't.
Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
gonna take the whole episode, to introduce.
And we don't
I'm
want
his
that.
wife.
Yes.
Yeah, but this
And
is
he is your
Mangs,
husband.
Yes.
Mangaliso Gumbi Vena, a recording artist,
Yes.
Wow.
an award-winning,
Yes.
Grammy award-winning
Yes. Speak it, brother.
artist.
Okay.
Speak it, brother.
She's
Okay.
an amazing vocalist.
Yes.
She's an amazing wife.
Yeah.
She is.
If you want to book
a
her,
suitable
please
helper.
DM Coco. Yeah. Guys, let's do this. Thanks, Mangs, for coming through. Please don't you wanna say hi to the U plugs?
Hi everybody.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you for having me in your space
Yeah.
with your people. I guess I'm taking Tepang's spot for the day.
Yeah, but you came on a specific assignment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, it has been happening throughout the week, and
Hey.
I've been seeing things there, and I thought we should have Mangs to come and have this conversation with you. You have started a handle called Maybe You Find Love, and you have been posting people and people's profiles there. What's happening there? How did that come about?
Okay, so how that came about, I was jokingly, not necessarily jokingly, I was jokingly, but at the same time there was some seriousness to it. There's a friend of ours, UAB, you know, it has been his desire.
Okay, yeah.
And ours,
Okay.
you know, to have him have a life partner.
Okay,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
And
A
so
good one, a suitable one.
A suitable helper.
Okay, yeah.
And so I took it upon myself as a good friend
Okay.
to share a picture of his that he posted. It was a very good picture
Okay.
of him. So I was like, this could be a perfect introductory picture to a possible.
So let me just
suitable
intercept.
helpers.
Did he find someone, or should we post him on this platform as well?
No, they are. What do they call it? There are potential suitable helpers that he's already reaching out
Okay,
to.
okay,
Well,
yeah,
there
you may
is
continue. Yes,
a-
sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, so basically it was for him. And then the next thing, one of my other good friends, Usiba, is like, girl, plug me. And I do the same for her.
Okay.
And after that, things just got, I don't want to say out of hand, because I was in control of that whole situation. But more people were like, girl, I see you plugging other people and I want you to plug me too. So that's literally how it became serious.
Okay.
So to
Maybe you'll find love.
Yeah, so I was like, maybe people will find love. Yeah, you never know. And so I was like, let me put my social media to good use.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and I'm here now.
Oh yeah. I don't. I mean, it's been an interesting thing to observe and to see even some of the stuff you are posting about that, the questions that people are having.
You're sweaty.
And stuff. Yeah, the things that that people are posting and stuff. You think people are serious, or people just want to jump in? Are those people that most of those people, are they people that you know personally?
So it started as with people that when it started getting serious, as I said, then people who I know were like really looking into this, and they were like, I know you might have been joking about this, and I don't know really where you stand, but I think I would like to give it a try, you know. And so yeah, so initially it was people I know, and there were people on my Facebook who were sharing the fact that I am doing this thing. I don't even know what to call it, that I have this platform. And yeah, as they shared, then people that I don't know started flooding my inboxes, saying that they're tired of being single. Some of them are like, I'm ready for somebody who's serious. And yeah, so it really started as such a small thing and such a controlled thing to this thing that it is now, which I'm honestly getting tired, to be honest. Like, it is a lot to administrate this whole thing, but at the same time I'm just like, I want godly marriages to grow, and that's why I specifically even said that this is for saved people, Christian people, born again people, because I did have someone who was like, I would have loved being part of this, but it's just because of that saved thing. And I'm like, and I'm sorry, I can't change that, because I really want to see godly marriages and relationships come out of this.
What are your in engaging and thinking about this? What are your are you having any conflicts during this? I mean, just in your time, in your headspace, considering, I mean, I don't think this is a what you call this. It's common, even among the Christian space, to be facilitating something like this. It can happen, but it will happen in private, where, you know, the pastor would organize or, you know, kind of arrange. But this is like, you're taking it public. Are there any conflicts that you're having?
Of course there are. I mean, first of all, it's public, so it's people getting themselves out there, and I kind of feel responsible for like whoever gets to DM them. I'm like, I put them out there, like they wouldn't otherwise have put themselves out there if this platform didn't show itself up. So it's just a matter of like hoping that whoever is part of this is really who they say they are, and that they are decent people to each other. And that's one of the things that I say to everyone who decides to come to this. I'm like, in every person that you interact with every person you interact with, be respectful, you know, and be honest with each other, so that, you know, things can speed up to a respectable manner, you know. And so it's just that, you know, thinking that these are people's lives, and you don't know who could be part of this, who may have an ulterior motives, or who's just dipping their feet in the water just to check out what this is, and not really coming there because they really want to find someone. So it's just those things that I think I battle with internally as well.
But I mean, this is your image too, and your reputation.
Yes.
In that, I think the way that I'm seeing people engaging is because of who you are. Like
sure.
You are reputable. They are trusting you.
I hope so.
They're trusting you. Even when you're sending profiles of some people, aren't they concerned? But I think you touched on it, that some people you might not know, and then you are sending their profiles, and a person receives it in good faith. They're like, this one comes from Mangali, so you know.
I trust it. So that one is a huge thing for me, and that's why I was like, maybe this might be short-lived, because I don't know how many people, the more it goes on, how the type of people that are just gonna come and try and ride on the wave, so to put it. So I was just like, maybe by the end of the week it will be over. I think the people who wanted to meet people maybe may have met people, and it's fine. So it's just that conflict, and that's why I'm like, maybe it's gonna end by the end of the week.
The safety concern. Okay.
Genani, before it closes, put in your applications.
Apply before it ends. Now, I'm just interested to see how does it go? How does one become part of this? What are the requirements?
Yeah. So, as I said, basically this is for single Christians. Single Christians. I don't want anybody married coming in my DM saying they want a person, please.
So there are.
No. I am just emphasizing that. Like
I saw somebody saying that the married people should move because there's traffic now.
So it's for single people. What was the question again? How does it work? Right? Basically for single people. And what I do is I basically post your picture and whatever it is that you would want me to share about you on my timeline. That was the public option before it became what it is now. And then with the private option, what I basically do, the people who DM me, I will just send them profiles of other singles of the opposite sex to them, and they are responsible with how they interact with the profiles that I give them.
Okay. Okay. So people just say, hey, this is me, and a brief explanation of who they are, and what do they say, what they are looking for?
Some do, some don't. But at the same time, what my headspace is at, and people may differ with this. I didn't want to focus too much on what they required, because I mean, when you're single, you should have an open mind to say, I want to meet people and see, how it goes. And so I'm not too specific on them giving certain requirements. Yes, there are certain things that maybe they don't want to compromise with. I know there were some people who said they don't want any people with kids, or anybody with more than one kid, or a person who has been married before. So I do take that into consideration, but I try to also have them open up their mind to say, just give anybody who DMs you a chance and see how that goes.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's an interesting space to find yourself. I'm also just thinking of you, Nje, as a person who is. I mean, obviously, you have kind of said what were some of the, but what are some of your specific concerns about this, if there's any, like for me, I would just think one thing I would think of. You have already highlighted the safety, the safety feature of, people are.
I think, as I said, just people being who they say they are to people, and just being respectful, because I think, especially when you don't know people, you may not know how they are going to react and how they are going to come to certain people. Some people are really there to find and try and find their one, and perhaps this is a gentleman or a lady who's just in it for the fun of it, or who's in it just to test the waters. And I think that is my concern. Are people being respectful? Once I give them the profile of these people, are they being respectful? Are they honoring God in the whole process? Because as believers, I assume that you have that on lock, but not everybody does have that on lock, and I think that is the thing that really worries me the most.
Okay.
About it.
And you think that's part of the having to do some work in finding out at least a little about people. That's what is going to be too much, and how
that is the admin.
You don't see this going further.
Because I mean, at the beginning I did try and do it and just reach out to maybe mutual friends of theirs, but as time went on and the more DMs I got, I just saw it's an impossible exercise if I still want to carry on with my own personal life. And so that's why I'm saying it will end soon, because I don't have the powers and the time to do it the way that I would want to do it.
Okay. Yeah, sure. But you think people need to be introduced to each other?
Yes, people should be introduced to each other. I mean, the circle that you're in is just as small as it is. And so if you go outside of it, you never know what you could find. So if there are people who are ready and open to mingle, then why not introduce them to each other?
So would you say this is how I'm thinking about it, and maybe you will just clarify or correct it, but my understanding is that you have these friends on your social platform, be it WhatsApp or Facebook, and you believe that you share common foundations of belief, common, not necessarily common interests, but the foundation of belief becomes
that's the
primary one. So you saw how connecting your different friends who are pursuing love within this pool could kind of work. You're not reaching out to the public or people you don't know, basically opening it up to anyone, but it was mainly for this. Is that how you
that's how it initially was. I just thought that posting this one gentleman on my Facebook, the people that I have on my Facebook are the people that I would say I know. Even though it's social media, you can't really fully say that you know someone. But I mean, I knew that most of the people that I have within my Facebook profile are people who are, most of them who are saved. So I was just like, we never know. Maybe he might find someone in this great pool. But that was initially what it was.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just thinking, you know. I spoke with Meg a while back, and I think I had this conversation with Z as well about having this platform where Christians can date each other. For me, I'm not opposed to the idea, but I'm just wondering if you're saying it's gaining so much momentum, instead of letting it close down, why don't you find a team of people to work with to administrate this whole thing? If that's one thing that you think it would work.
I didn't think of that, to be honest. It's not something that I had explored in my mind, because in my mind I'm just thinking I'm the only one who's pushing this thing, so if I'm unable to, then let me just close it down. But maybe I should explore it.
Maybe that's one thing you should.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, maybe that's one thing you should think about. But I heard the premises of your conversation was we want godly. We want godly marriage. We want godly marriage. Would you say, should someone go into a space looking for that, or looking for the possibility of that? Because I'm just thinking, for me, in my mind, most of my philosophy of dating is, you go into a space, you get to know someone, you establish a particular relationship with this someone. If it will lead to marriage, then it's good. If it doesn't, then it should still be a healthy break up. Not necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily say go into a relationship to get married, kind of I don't know. I'm also trying to understand this within the context of saying, let Christians do that within a safe space. This is Christians who want to come in and do that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I do have an understanding, and I hope that everybody else who reaches out to me does have that understanding to say, when you are trying to get yourself into a space of marriage, you won't take the first thing that comes to you. You are obviously gonna go in there, yes, with an open mind, but also with values and with boundaries.
Sure.
And if that person does not respect or does not fall in those requirements or boundaries and different pockets of exceptions that you have, then yes, you are free to let go. And that's, I think, the whole point of dating or courtship, is that you go in there trying to find out more about this person that you're pursuing, and if things don't really gel or things don't really come together the way that you think they are supposed to be, then you can walk away respectfully. So also, it doesn't have to be damaging to anyone's mental health, to anyone's psychological health, or in any way. Actually, so I mean, as Christians, I don't know how to put this. Obviously, you are not going into dating intending to just date and leave. But when you come into a relationship, you must come in knowing that I am trying to be part of a community of people that are going to be building godly families. And so godly families come from two Christian people coming together and having children, if God blesses them with that, and to raise them in godly ways. And I think I wasn't necessarily saying that the first person you find, you jump into marriage with them, but it's just to say there are other Christians who are single who are interested into finding people, and hopefully it works, and if it doesn't, it's also okay.
I was thinking maybe that's what you say this response, maybe you should videoize it, maybe like just a brief, just to kind of, as people want to reach out, these are the expectations, and also this is the mindset that they should come into, well, provided you see yourself doing it long term. Of course, if you're going to do it for a long run, you need to kind of find a team of people who will help you to put down some of those fires, like a team of people that can I think for me that would be my thinking in terms of that. They have like an introductory video, the one that will circulate the most, that welcome people into this space. I'm still ambitious about when you are ready to start a Christian dating app, please tell me. I would like to be part of that.
I think there are platforms like that already.
There's space for more.
You think so?
Yeah, always.
I think the response is showing that there's a market.
Yeah.
Go head to her personal Facebook profile. You will see the engagement. Even people that I didn't really expect, I saw there. And that's not to say anything about
and even
them.
People who say they aren't really interested, but they are, they are always there. In the DMs and in the comments, saying how much they appreciate this kind of platform. So, I mean, there is some good to it. There is also some
serious threats
to it as well.
I'm just thinking also, while we are talking about it, what would you say is the age? Who have been messaging you the most?
I haven't really been getting ages, unless like it's a response to a certain individual, like to say thank you for sending this profile, but he's too young or she's too old or whatever the case is. So but I do know we are ranging in the late 20s, so from 25 going upwards into, I think the oldest one that I got was 33. So that's so far, that's where the age range is at.
And while you're there, I still think that there are still more who wanted to engage, but because of the informality of this, they felt like, because I mean, I looked at it and I was, wondering, would I do this? Would I, go into it? But I think if it's formalized, I'd give it another.
Not you. Well, I hope that's what.
Why are you speaking for me?
No, I'm just making sure because
at the current space.
When you already have yours here. Why do you say I wouldn't? Maybe speak for some people.
No, but I'm speaking in retrospect. Like
outside looking in.
Yeah, outside looking in.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just saying, maybe taking it, a step further.
Yeah, sure.
It can. I mean, I don't think the goal really is to make an explosive platform that is, groundbreaking and stuff, but just a platform that will facilitate and at least help in not just getting to marriage, but being a healthy single individual rooted in Christ, because I think in the way that things are done, I think we alluded to this earlier, that a breakup, it shouldn't just burn bridges, and it shouldn't just be messy and all of that, but in the way that we facilitate it does not have to even compromise on our beliefs. Does not have to compromise on our values, and I think you spoke on that. As Oops is speaking, I'm entertaining that.
Actually, one of our friends who likes even said that maybe you should have it an in-person type of situation. Have an event where you invite singles, and
I'm up for that.
Have them mingle. So I mean, there are a lot of
I'm worried about this
of
mingle word. You said it for the first time. I was thinking, hey, mingle. I mean, I'm okay with it. I understand the idea, the concept behind it, but I'm just thinking of that show, Single and Mingle. So I'm like, hey, I'm not sure, but it's someone who is,
maybe your people as well maybe might give some ideas and opinions.
The U-pluggers.
The U-pluggers. Just
okay. U-pluggers,
pluggers
what do you
on
think?
Opinions.
Yeah. What do you think? Is it something that you would do, in something that you'd be interested in? I think U-plug can really partner with you in doing this.
Yeah, sure. If you find people who are ready to get married, direct them to us. We can counsel them.
Yes.
Can give them, not even ready to get married, ready to. I'm trying to. It would be nice if we can normalize counseling within the space of dating.
Yes.
I
support that 100%.
Yeah, if we could normalize
it. I mean, it worked for me. It worked for us. So I know the benefits of that.
Yeah.
Just being an individual, you need counseling.
Yeah.
In general.
Imagine being part of it.
Exactly. No, we just need that accountability. I know that the word accountability is thrown around a lot, but as believers, I mean, it's part of the Christian journey to have accountability. So how much more even in a setting where you are pursuing someone?
Yeah, sure.
You need that even more.
You need that even more. Yeah, sure. Oh no, that's interesting for me. Because now it's like Meg said, it's informal. If you want to make it formal and you want a team, please just hit me on the DMs.
I have your number, my friend. Don't worry.
I'm up for that. I mean, there are a lot of people who establish the platform because people wants to be in relationship in general. So people are just riding on that wave. But I think it will hit different when it's done by someone who's actually interested in those relationships and doing whatever possible to kind of safeguard and do some vetting of people who comes into the platform kind of thing. I think that may be a good thing. Obviously, we don't overlook how all these platforms have been used by criminals to take advantage of and exploit and people gets hurt. I mean that happens.
Yeah,
That happens. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, guys, we were just entertaining this idea of maybe you find love, which is something that Osis Mangaliso is busy doing, and people are sending. And other people are saying, no, don't put us in public, but we want someone.
Yeah.
What are the proportions there between those who want to be put out there and those who prefers not to be put there and just land on your inbox?
Yeah, there's actually a whole lot more people who want to be privatized. Let me just, I don't know how to put it. And I think that is also one of my fears, going back to that fear question, or my worries, that like sometimes I wonder why people want to, you know, privatize. I understand that it's a personal thing, you know, wanting to find someone is a personal thing, but it also gets me worried to say, is this person legit?
Sure.
I think that's just one of my fears too. But yeah, I mean, I do both.
Yeah. But you have a lot of people who are saying, wait,
who want to.
I'm just curious. So how long have you been doing this now? It's a week? A few days?
When did I start? Monday or Tuesday?
So it's about 4 days.
Yeah, it's not.
How many people would you say if you were just kind of give a rough figure? How many people have between Monday and today?
I think initially, because there was a point where I was thinking of taking it to WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And so there were a whole lot of people. I could say that there were about 3 gents and maybe 12 ladies. And then when I said, okay guys, I'm doing this, I'm creating the WhatsApp group, the gents kind of pulled out. And I was
gents
just
and pulling out. What? Actually,
Okay.
And so once they saw how serious I was about this, the gents decided to
pull out.
I don't want to use that word, but they decided to abort mission.
Yeah.
And so I was left with just ladies and just one gentleman who was from Facebook. So I could say maybe at the beginning there was like maybe 11 solid people who were really willing to do it. But now I haven't been counting, to be honest. But the gentlemen are a few compared to ladies.
You could say plus 20 plus?
I think gentlemen are 6.
No, not gentlemen, but and generally the
yeah,
inboxes.
maybe 20. Probably just a bit more, maybe 25.
That's a lot for 3 days. Yeah. People reaching out. I can just imagine the few weeks to come.
If there will be a few weeks.
If there will be, of course, if there will be a few weeks.
Yeah.
There were some of the, Meg, let's check there. There were some of the concerns, some of the questions that were raised by some people on your platform. On your page, and they were asking some specific questions, and I think this specific one that we came across, a person, I'm assuming it's a lady, they said, can a gentleman answer? They would like a gentleman to respond to that. And I thought maybe before we close this episode, maybe that's one thing we would like to weigh on, Mac, and you, I don't know.
No, I thought these were questions really we won't go through all of them, but we just decided just to select those that we thought would, stand out. And this lady was, but again, assuming it's a lady,
she is a lady,
is okay. She was asking the question that is it possible to find a man who will wait who would wait to have sex until marriage, even though I have 2 kids. So that's one of the questions. That is it possible to find a man who's willing to wait until marriage to have sex, even though I have two kids. So I think the heart behind that is that I'm assuming that when you have 2 kids already, it's like, what's the point?
What's the point
the
of
damage
waiting?
is done. So the men are using this against her to be like, you already have 2 kids. What's the point? You, even though it may not be said, but it's like you're already damaged.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure. I think for me in response to that, here's my opinion. Standards are for you, not for the other person. You don't. Primarily, they are your standards. It's not for the other person, you know. And because they are for you, it would not matter what the other person's opinion would be in terms of the standards that you need to set for yourself. Those are your standards. You have lived like this in the past life, or you are living like that, but you desire to change. Then you change. You can't allow anyone to use your past to get what they want, to exploit you. You know, if you decide to put hold on to things, and you say, I'm deciding, I've made a conscious decision, I'm not going to engage into sexual activities until I get married, whether you have children or not. That's not the factor, because for me, the decision to abstain from sex first is to honoring God and to honoring self. When you do that outside of out of marriage, and if you want to make a conscious decision to honor yourself and your own body and to honor God, no one should use that against you. If you put that and you say, this is me from here moving forward, don't even try to negotiate that to keep a person. Just, if it's your standard, it's your standard. Keep it there.
And I mean, one of the things that one of the responses, I think it was by Dr. Shozi, he even mentioned the fact that as a Christian, you should know that already your options and your dating pool will automatically become lower, because there are a few people who truly want to honor God with their lives in every way, and that is including, you know, how you carry yourself with your body, you know. And so I think that's one of the realities that we have in our time and day, is that our options are really minimal, and it's something that as Christians we should accept. And so I think that's one of the reasons I also pushed with this platform, is that I know that options are minimal for people, and for Christian people who really want to live a life that is God honoring and God loving and reverencing God in every way. And so I was like, if there are people who want to do that with their lives, why not have them meet each other, and hopefully something good comes out of that. But I think it's also a reality that we should always have in our minds, to say that if you are a believer and are abiding in God's statutes, you will know that there are certain things that are really the pool will become smaller and smaller the more you draw closer to God, and that's just the reality of things. And I guess that's why we say that we are truly living our lives for God and not for man, and that should be the first priority. Even as looking for a partner, you know, you must check if it's really God honoring in how we are doing this thing, and how we just engage with each other.
I think that's really good, and I would commend this, you know, this individual for reaching out and saying this, because I think it's a question that maybe others have but are not, you know, even asking. But I think that already should also determine if somebody's not willing to is not willing to wait until marriage. I think that already tells you where they're at versus where you're at. And this is a person that you want to, if you're going to be with a partner, somebody that you want to build your life with, because they're you want to honor God, not honor your body for another person, but honor your body for God. And but I think you guys have spoken.
I mean, it's never too late to honor God. In whatever way. I mean, there are people who spend their money recklessly, and decide to say, now I'm going to honor God. Just because you are now in debt, for example, it doesn't mean that you can't start a new habit of honoring God, even with your finances, if you are in debt. You know, so the same should go with sexual purity. You know, you shouldn't then now think, just because I'm too far gone, I can't still start. You know.
And that you just have to settle with what's available.
No.
Sure. Sure.
I think if I believe that God is hearing your cry as an individual, and that He will respond, to you. I just wish this individual could maybe reach out so we could engage even more. But anyway, I think a follow-up to this. Are we? A follow-up to this. It's closely related. She then went on to ask also if are there guys who do not mind you having 2 or more children. That was the question. Are there guys who are willing? Is it possible to find a man who won't mind you having 2 or more children?
It's possible. I mean, there are many people who got married with an entire family, not just the 2 children, an entire 3+ children, you know, and they got married, and they are happy in their marriage. So the temptation to settle because you feel you have many children, to settle for less, or to give up on love and godly relationship, it's very high when you have had children. But for me, I would say, if you want to honor God with your life and make commitment to live for Him, God will honor what you are asking from Him. But also, I think the other question that we have not been addressing in a long time is the fact that not everyone is going to get married. Of course, that's a sensitive one, especially if people wants to get get married. But just to respond specifically on the question that is being posed before us is, if you have made a decision to want to change your life, whether you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children, it should not matter. You are doing it to honor God. And yes, there are people who have been married with more than 3 children, a lot of them, and they are living a happy life, because whether you are married or not, you still have to. Relationships will learn one another. We learn to coexist within the space of marriage, and relationships should, within the Christian context, honor God. So don't lower standards. Don't give up on love. There are people who have married more than 3.
And I mean, I'll always go back to the comments that I got, because I mean, I think they have quite good gems in there. One of the gentlemen actually said that it also depends on your kids. Are your kids respectful? Like, because at the end of the day, how you raise your kids, they have to live with whoever you are bringing in. And so, are your kids respectful? Are they good kids? And it will make the relationship easier if they are. Not to say easier, but it will be better if they are, raised well as well. So.
I want to just touch on what Ob said when you talked about marriage is not for everyone. Again, I think another issue that needs to be addressed is the fact that if marriage, if you are not going to get married, it's not because God is punishing you for acting or for having kids outside of wedlock. I think it's John 9. It kind of helps us to understand because the Jews would understand the relationship between sin and punishment, in that when you the punishment is a result of the sin that you had when they asked about a man who was born blind, that was it because of this person's sin, individual sin, personal sin, or the parents? And then Jesus responds that neither, but it's so that God could be glorified. So it's our acts will not necessarily, and I say necessarily because maybe there may be other factors, but they would not prohibit God from granting us marriage. So whether you have 5 kids out of wedlock and you decide to give your life to Jesus and to start afresh, you not getting married is not because of a result of the sin.
Sure. Oh no, that's a whole sermon right there, man. That's powerful. Yes. That's powerful. And there was another one on on compatibility or developing yourself.
Do you have to? Okay, let me just read it down.
You must be fully developed. I think she was speaking career-wise to then start endeavoring into the dating space.
So it says, does a lady need some college or university qualification to find someone? It says, or does that mean that I must first develop myself and be in the right space?
No, I think if you are in a space of developing yourself, I mean that should count for something. That because that shows that you are not just sitting down. Whether you are developing yourself through a formal education or through learning a skill.
Or informal.
Or informal. You know, the whole point is that you are developing yourself and making sure that you are able to provide for your family in certain ways. So as long as you are doing something towards your development, it doesn't mean because you are still developing yourself or in the process of doing that, it doesn't mean that you should count yourself out. You know, there are people who are open to dating or even marrying people who are still in a journey of development. I mean, we all are.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking sometimes development we align it specifically to finance. You know, the ability to be in a good financial position. Sometimes maybe it's even attaining the college or university degrees as this person is highlighting on that. So generally, I think it's necessary for a person to develop themselves, and for if it's couples, it's good to develop yourself as an individual, but it's good to develop yourself as a team, as a couple. I think I spoke extensively on this during our previous episode, but also it just to go back to the same question, I think it depends on what you are looking for in the kind of person that you need to have standards first. You know, don't allow any other person you need to set standards for you. You know, don't allow any person to say, this is my standard, you come here. And all of us, we should be like that. For you to be compatible to me, these are my standards. If those are your standards, okay, no, that's fine. That's what it's okay if that's how you want to live. But don't allow anyone, what I was trying to say is, don't allow anyone to put worth on you, because your worth does not come from the things that you have or do not have. Your worth comes from the mere fact that you are created in the very image and likeness of God. That gives so much value than any other cent could be able to purchase or to afford. Firstly, that gives value to you because you are made in the likeness and in the image of God. But also, being exposed to relationships and working with couples, you will learn that there are some people who are really narcissists, you know, who will really use the fact that you do not have this particular degree as a point to say that you amount to nothing, you are not worthy, kind of thing. So be careful of people you allow in your life, especially during the dating space. If you pick those kind of things where worth is always, for the most part, placed on things based on their value, or even on you based on what you have or do not have, I think that's a space that you don't want to find yourself. You don't want to find yourself in. I don't know what's here.
Yeah, I think now I'm seeing these questions, a common theme in these questions. So I see things that could write you off from being in a marital space, maybe because of how society has defined it or how experience has determined it for a person. So it's if you do not have a qualification, then you're going to be abused. You're going to be reminded that you are unworthy. So do I need to have one? If you have kids, you're going to be forced into sex before marriage and all of that. So
you are second class citizen.
Second class, yeah. So I'm seeing that thread, and I think in all of this, what I want to perhaps say is in our pursuit of love and finding the one, that we should not look for a savior.
Yeah.
So don't look for somebody who will fix the wrongs that you have made. That marriage does not fix our past mistakes.
Yeah, sure.
God has already taken care of that. Jesus has already taken care of that. When you are not educated, don't look for somebody who is educated because you think that they will bring stability into the family and into the home. I'm not saying you should not look for somebody who's educated, but that should not be your point of departure for looking for that. And even if you are looking for a college degree or development, it should not be because you are wanting to you are trusting. The Bible says that some trust in chariots and some trust in horses.
Come on, Pastor.
Hey, that these cannot be our confidence. Like you said, that our worth does not come from what we have, but it comes from being made in the image and in the likeness of God. So whatever it is that we have done that has written us off and that deems us not worthy, Christ through his blood makes us worthy and allows us to even qualify for the things that we do not deserve. So you can have a successful marriage, you can have a successful family, and this is achieved by seeking first the kingdom of God. So yeah, that's just my
Danko. I think you wrapped it so well.
Yeah.
So what are the last words? Those who are finding love, maybe you may find love. Should they continue DMing you? Should they?
They only have 2 days. That's all they should know. Unless I change my mind, or there's some strong conviction that says I must continue. But yeah, but also just to let people know that be open, be open to meeting people. There are people who are really willing, and I think that is what the space has also made me realize. There are so many people who actually want love, who want to build these godly marriages that we speak of. I think it's just a matter of them finding.
It raises a concern. Where are Christians? That we need to find them on social platform. Where are they? It means there is a problem. If a person is really struggling to find someone.
That's good, because ideally, if you're a Christian, you should be. We assume that you're going to a church. Why are you not able to find them in that church or in your community?
It means
where are they?
I think also there's this thing about like exclusivity, where you, like there's something nice about getting somebody who's not from your church. Coming from a person who didn't go to their own church to find someone. And also.
No, that I understand. I understand the rationale, but I'm just saying. No, not that. I'm just saying. Generally, it means I'm just trying to understand this thing that is happening within our society. It means it's difficult to tell who is Christian and who is not unless they say it. It means it means it's a challenge. But anyway, I'm not fighting with anyone.
You're opening a different can of.
I'm not fighting with anyone. I'm not. We are for the platform, and we really pray and hope that godly relationships and godly marriages will be brewed from.
Yeah, I'm hoping for at least two. Two. Stories out of this. That is one of my hopes and prayers from this. I don't want to look at this and be like, oh, what a waste. And it's not a waste when people find each other and try and figure it out and it doesn't work out. But it would be good to have at least 1 or 2 success stories from this.
Let's plan on hosting a live event.
Yeah.
For for singles maybe, not for single and mingle, just for singles to come together to mingle. No, I'm just kidding. But that would actually be a nice thing. That's one thing we have been hoping to do as a UPlug community, and we did not get that right in 3 years. I think we need to revisit that.
Maybe this must start that for you.
And we will have you there.
Maybe you should continue. Yeah. I'm giving you the baton.
No, bring your tribe and let us bring our UPluggers and let's have these interesting relationship conversations and hoping that something good will come out of it. Sure. Friends and family, maybe you can find love. Check on Mangaliso's socials there.
Personal.
A personal one. Reach into her DMs there. Maybe there's someone waiting for you there. We don't know. Maybe you may find love. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for setting the time aside. We hope that we will hear more from you. What is your view? What is your opinion about what Mangaliso is doing? Are you for it? Are you against it? How would you rather find a person to be in a relationship with here? So I think for me that's the closing thing, Meg. Is it?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you find love.
Yeah. So yeah, from the three of us, remain plugged.
Ciao.
Ciao.